US President Donald Trump said on Monday that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu had agreed to back a US-sponsored Gaza peace proposal aimed at ending a nearly two-year-old war in the Palestinian enclave, including a ceasefire and the release of hostages held by Hamas.
At least we're at a minimum very, very close, and I think we're beyond very close.
U.S. President Donald Trump said on Monday that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu had agreed to back a U.S.-sponsored Gaza peace deal. The agreement includes a ceasefire of the two-year-old war in Gaza and the release of hostages held by Hamas.
If accepted by Hamas, this proposal calls for the release of all remaining hostages immediately, but in no case more than 72 hours.
An official with Hamas said after the announcement that it has not received the written plan.
I support your plan to end the war in Gaza, which achieves our war aims. It will bring back to Israel all our hostages, dismantle Hamas's military capabilities, end its political rule, and ensure that Gaza never again poses a threat to Israel.
Netanyahu made his fourth visit to the White House since Trump returned to office in January. The right-wing Israeli leader was looking to shore up his country's most important relationship after a slew of Western leaders formally embraced Palestinian statehood last week in defiance of the U.S. and Israel. Trump, who sharply criticized the moves as a prize for Hamas, was seeking Netanyahu's agreement despite Israel's misgivings on parts of the plan. Washington presented its peace plan to Arab and Muslim states on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly last week. Trump's 20-point plan includes a staged Israeli withdrawal from the Palestinian enclave, Hamas disarmament, and a transition government led by an international body headed by Trump. The White House talks came as Israeli tanks on Monday thrust deeper into the heart of Gaza City. Israel has launched one of its biggest offensives of the war this month, with Netanyahu saying he aims to wipe out Hamas in its final redoubts. The war has left much of Gaza in ruins and caused a major humanitarian crisis.
Donald Trump's blueprint would establish a temporary governing body chaired by Trump himself and including former British Prime Minister Tony Blair. A Palestinian technocrat committee would oversee civilian affairs before authority transitions to a reformed Palestinian Authority. Unlike an earlier Trump plan, this version does not require residents to leave Gaza. The proposal demands that Hamas release all the remaining hostages within 72 hours of Israel's acceptance. In exchange, Israel would free hundreds of Palestinian prisoners, including many serving life sentences. The timing is delicate. Israel is increasingly isolated abroad and Netanyahu's coalition at home appears fragile. The Trump plan further complicates Netanyahu's balancing act with far-right partners who have pressed for Hamas's total elimination and for annexation of the West Bank, an idea that Donald Trump publicly opposed last week. According to the plan, Hamas members who commit to peaceful coexistence and to decommission their weapons will be given amnesty. Those wishing to leave Gaza would be granted safe passage to other countries. Hamas is believed to be holding 48 hostages, with Israel estimating that 20 are still alive. The group has previously demanded a full Israeli withdrawal from Gaza as part of any permanent truce.